Hey guys, how's it going? Just coming at you with another video here. And first things first, if you notice my change in background, yeah, I mentioned in the previous video that I'm gonna be moving into a different part of my house. So this is gonna be my room now, compared to what the room you've been seeing me in ever since I moved in here. This is my grandparents' house. So this room here, it's an office by design. It was at one time my granddad's, office, but it's been converted into a bedroom now. So because my cousin's moving in, so but I don't want to get into all that because I don't want the lives of my family and friends. So that's their business. So let's leave it at that. And so anytime I show my face on camera, whether it be like a live stream or a video or whatever, it's going to be in this room as far as going forward, as far as the foreseeable future is concerned. So yeah, there's that. And I'm also here in my time zone, and I'm filming this on my birthday. You know, so any birthday wishes I get, it's much appreciated. Thank you. I'm 31, so I don't want to get all that out of the way. So, um, and this is a bookcase right here, a couple bookcases you can see. So there's that, and which, by the way, I'm actually using my computer on a desk as opposed to my lap, as I've done in the past. So, and if you hear anything in the background, that's TV. So no worries there. Hopefully it won't detract from anything. So anyway, with all that said, if you see by the title of this video here, I'm talking about a convention I went to. Which one? AwesomeCon. If you know me, if you've been watching my channel long enough, that anytime I do a video, go to a convention, I always do a video on it and tell you what was my experience and how much I did or didn't enjoy it. So, last video I did convention-wise was when I went to Annapolis Comic Con. So, I hope to go to that one again this year. So, and speaking of conventions, there was one in Hunt Valley called Farpoint Convention that I was hoping to go to, but it didn't happen because I was busy, and plus it's out of county. So, and if I had been able to go, I'd be doing a video on it, but that didn't happen. So I guess hopefully next year. So, excuse me. So there's all that. Uh, um, AwesomeCon. How was that one? Last year, 2022, because we're in 2023 now. Well, compared to last year, it was a lot more successful. And because last year, that while I did enjoy what I was able to make of it, it was a bit of a letdown because I got there very late in the day, and I didn't get to meet anybody that I really got to meet. The best thing I got to do is attend a Power Rangers panel. It was hosted by the podcast Voices from the Grid. Go check them out, by the way. Whether you're a Power Rangers fan or not, so go give them a listen. But yeah, but like I said, that was the best thing I was able to do last year. I didn't really get to meet anybody or get any autographs, so I came home empty-handed. So yeah. But compared to last time, 2022 was a lot more successful. Was there a disappointment or two? Yeah, and which I will get into as I proceed forward. But comparatively speaking, it was a lot more successful. Now, in terms of actually getting there, we actually wound up taking public transit this time, as opposed to driving straight there. We took a train, took on a bus, and that, which I have not actually taken public transit since high school, and I graduated in 2010, so look at that what you will. Well, or at least you do the math. It's been a number of years, so yeah. So I guess in terms of actually being there, I yet again did some more cosplaying. I dressed up as my man-made one, Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels. Yeah, so far from screen accurate, but it's who I intended to be. So because it's the only costume I've got put together right now, so I'm hoping to next convention I go to, at least with Annapolis Comic Con, assuming I go, I could maybe put on my Poe Dameron jacket that I got bought off of eBay. It's his Last Jedi one. So, but so there's that. Um, so I did get a good many pictures. There are a lot of fellow cosplayers and all that. So a lot of them are Star Wars themed. I always got a picture of one guy walking around as Batman, which was cool. If you're friends with me on Facebook or if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen some of those pictures. So, which I hope you did if you're interested. So, and unlike the last time I'd been there, I actually did get to meet some people and get a few autographs, and all that. So, let's see, who all did I get to? Who are some of the folks I got to meet? I got and all that. Who did I all get to meet? Let's see. Let's start off with right here. Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon. You may also know him as a Gus from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And he's done a lot of other great projects too, I'm sure. But this is one of the latest ones he's done. He's doing right now. So, whether or not he shows up in season 3, I think he is. But to what extent, we'll see what happens. So, but that's him. That's the Darksaber. And it. By the way, and so, but yeah, he was going to be there in 2021, but he had to drop out due to a change in his schedule. So, which I was not upset about, not because of him, because hey, I can't control his schedule, especially whether it be working or going to conventions. So I guess and that's nothing against him, of course, far from it, but it's just, I guess it's like, why be upset about something you can't control? So, you know what I mean? So there's that. But he was a nice guy, kind of, and I've heard from other people who have met him say that same thing. Nice guy. It was just basically a little chit chat, And a little fun fact about that's something that he and I have in common. He's part Italian. So am I. It never came up in conversation, but still, it's just a little comment on it. With me, I'm only partially Italian. I think whereas he's half. If you know me, much of my background is English. So, but Italian does make a part of one 1/8 worth. Yeah, still. But he was the one. Now, when it comes to actually meeting people and all that, he was one of the few that I actually got to not only get an autograph, but a picture standing right next to him. So, yeah. So, but yeah, but he's like a nice guy, and well, I mean, but then again, I know there's some people who are actually genuinely nice people versus knowing when to put on a pleasant face. But I've heard from other people that he really is a nice guy. So I've got no reason to disagree with them. So there's all that. So, you see, who else did I get to meet? I also got to meet Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings. Now, I met him primarily because my mom wanted to meet him and all that. So I just thought I'll do so with with her and all that. The autograph is actually made out in her name, but it happens to be in my possession, so I'm keeping it safe. So, which I guess in a way, having it signed exclusively to her, I guess in a way it's kind of returning the favor in a sense, because when I was there back in 2021, I'm sorry, excuse me, 2019, that was a brain fart. Mom and I met Weird Al. We were going to do it together, but I had to step away momentarily while she met him by herself. And she got me an autograph. I got to meet him myself because I wanted to take that opportunity while I was there, and I got a picture with him and all that. So she got me that autograph by herself. So I did her a favor. Hey, let me get you that autograph. And before you had it signed exclusively, because the Weird Al autograph I have is made out to me. So I gave her return that favor. So, but like I said, I've got it with me. So whether it's mine or not, still in my possession. So, but yeah, he was a nice guy. We kind of chit chat and all that. Now if you don't know this, his mom is Patty Duke. May she rest in peace. And my mom expressed condolences for her passing away, and just appreciate that. You missed her all the time, and I'm sure she was a great lady. So, and we had chat a little bit about mental health and all that. So, so we just had a little bit of a conversation and all that. I remember when Mom and I were waiting in line to meet him, and we I asked like how is he, and he's like I asked one of his handlers. He said he was nice, and all that. So I guess and it's interesting, so yeah, I guess I can't complain there. So it's just interesting when of all the pictures, the still shot pictures like this, I saw this one. He said, I like this one right here, and Mom actually agreed with me on it. Well, we were in lockstep, and I'm thinking, hey, I like this one. So, and this is the one that was selected. So there you go. Who else did I get to meet? Wesley Crusher. Yeah. Now, say what you will about Wesley Crusher, the character. Say what you will about Wil Wheaton and all that. But to me, I think I've heard from other people that say E2 was a nice guy, and which, as an aside, all the conventions I've been to and those who I've met, they've been nice to me. So whether your experience was different than mine, then I know we're all gonna have different experiences and all that. I get that, but I'm saying in my experience, they were nice to me. Those who I have met. So then if you had different experiences, drop them in the comment section. So, but I met Wesley Crusher. And again, like I said, he was nice to me, and I think I've heard too that he's nice, and all that. So I guess I can't mind that. So if you know me, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I'm also a big Trek fan too. So, and it was this autograph was actually made out to both Mom and myself because we weren't sure who gets it. It's in my possession, but it's made out to both of us. So, in fact, funny thing is, I remember when we were there back in 2019, got to meet Jonathan Frakes, Will Riker, number one. And Dad and I got a picture with him. Mom wound up meeting him separately. And it's just a bit of a quick recap. Mom met him separately too. She was driving around a little motor scooter. I didn't witness this directly because she was by herself when she met him. And as she was leaving his table, she had a little bit of a moment of clumsiness. And he jokingly, and it's just a little good-natured ribbing, he calls out to her, got a license for that thing? And she wears it as a badge of honor that she got roasted by him. Mom relates that story to him, Wil Wheaton. And he actually got a good chuckle out of that. Mom, I still remember that reaction. It's almost like as if the way he was smiling, chuckling at it, I was like, yeah, that sounds like him. And speaking of which, I've also heard from plenty of other people that what a nice guy Riker is, and I can account for that. He was pretty cool. So, but yeah, so now of the TNG crew, I've met Wesley Crusher, I've met Riker, and I've met Data. And when I met Data, I was unable to use my bank card that time to get a picture or an autograph with him. Would I like to have? Yes. But I'm glad to have at least met him. So, which is why I don't have an autograph or an existing picture because I was unable to. So, but I have that experience of meeting him though. So, so there's that. See, Who else did I get to meet? Well, Cal Mitchell. Well, of Kenan and Kel and all that. Now, because I have a picture of the two of them together because so because if you know me, I'm a child of the '90s, '92 child. I kind of grew up on shows like All That, Kenan and Kel, um, Hey Arnold, Doug, shows like those, just to name a few. Um, so I got to meet Cal Mitchell right here. Now he was there back in 2017, but I didn't get to meet him back then because I wasn't there because I was too busy moving out of my house. So I got to meet him this year. So, and I've kind of wondered too, since I have a picture of the two of them together on set, him and Kenan. Um, I wondered if I ever go to a convention where Kenan is there, and when it comes to of potentially getting an autograph from him, should I bring this one, or should I get a separate autograph altogether? Tell me what you think. So, but by itself, I got this one. So, I don't know. Well, I guess I could kind of see where maybe I could, bring this one and get it signed. Um, and if I do, I could show this off again. Hey, I got the same autograph with two signatures instead of one. But I might, maybe. But I guess I just drop a comment. Tell me what you think. But yeah, again, nice guy. So have I ever had a bad experience? Not yet. But I just hope that whoever I do meet when I do these things are actually nice. So, but yeah, one thing I wondered is that if you've ever watched Kenan and Kel, there's the whole orange soda joke. Who loves orange soda? I do. I do. I do. I do. That joke. And I've kind of wondered when it comes to someone like him that does that joke ever get old after a while? Um, and or does he actually embrace it? And we asked him that, and he's like, "No, man, I could totally embrace it," which I get because it's one of those things where like, if the joke starts with you, you might as well own it. But then again, you can kind of see where the joke does kind of get old after. Well, maybe not this one specifically, but any joke at any given time. So it depends on how you feel about, and where how I feel about all that, and what your sense of humor is like. So who knows? But and we also asked him, okay, does he and Kenan still keep in touch? Oh yeah, absolutely. We talk all the time, and he said that he's very pleased with his friend's success and all that when it comes to doing work on like say SNL and all that. So that's cool. And he was the only other picture I was able to person who I was able to get a picture with, autograph and a picture. I've done more pictures with who all I met. Yeah, it would have been cool. But I'm glad I always got the autograph, so I don't want to be too much of a spoiled bitch. So, so yeah. Um, and did I meet anybody else? Yes, I did. I also met Anthony Daniels, but I didn't get I regret if I didn't get an autograph though because I was a little short on cash and all that. So would I like to go? Sure, but I was always able to say hello and say hi to him. He was the last person I met for the day, and he was pleasant to meet. So, if I ever do get to meet him again at a convention of some kind, hopefully I'll have enough money to beat him. Or when it comes to getting photos and all that, I don't think at least at this event he didn't do so at his table. So that's where he was doing only autographs. Then again, I guess I guess if you were to go get a picture with him at least at this particular event, your best bet would have been to get a photo op. I don't know if he does that all the time for every convention he goes to, but at least for this one anyway. So, but I could, yeah, but yeah, I always got to meet him. He was nice. So, and anybody else? So, I actually got to meet Melissa Joan Hart. From like Clarissa Explains It All. Um, uh, was it Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Have I ever watched those shows before? I do believe I have, but it's been a while for sure. But and her two on-screen aunts were there, but I didn't meet them. But I was probably interested in meeting her. But I wonder, maybe should I have? I don't know. That's a good question. If given a chance to do so next time, maybe I should. Or but I don't know. But I was primarily interested in meeting her. Why? I didn't say this to her face, but and all that. But I'm saying this here. I'm not gonna. Maybe what motivated her is she's kind of hot. Because I mean, she really. But I mean, obviously I wasn't thinking it was my third leg, so far from it. But you look at her now. She was very good looking back then. And you look at her now. She's gotten more gorgeous with age. And she's 46 years old right now. She still looks great. So that was kind of it's not like I was gonna go up there and I was going hot was one of so because especially since I guess I was saying to her face, hey, I think you're good looking and all that, and she is. Don't get me wrong. But I guess there's the whole idea of like I'm a guy, she's married, I'm younger than her. I don't have wanted to be too weird, So, but then again, I guess there's a difference between just a genuine, harmless compliment versus, hey, let's do this, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but still, I met her, and but yeah, like I said, she was very nice. I got to chat with her a little bit and all that. So, and just got me an autograph. So, there you go. So those who I did get to meet. Now, were there any disappointments? Maybe one or two. Yeah, like now that podcast, Power Rangers podcast that called Voices of the Grid. They had a panel, but I didn't get to it because it was happening early in the day, and by the time I got there, it was already happened. So I didn't get to attend it. I wanted to, but I didn't get to. Now, as mentioned before, when I met Anthony Daniels, that while it was nice to meet him, would I like to have gotten an autograph? Yes, I would have. So I don't want to be too redundant when I say that. So I'm just reiterating that point. So, and again, just the fact that I got to meet him, I don't want it to be too much of a spoiled bitch. So I don't want to be, So, but still. So I'm pleased to have met him, but I wish I'd gotten an autograph. That's where I stand on the matter. So, are there any other disappointments? Sean Schemmel, who voices Goku from Dragon Ball Z, he was there. He's as I understand, he's a repeat guest at this particular convention. I don't know if he's going to be there this year, and if so, that remains to be seen. I haven't heard anything about it yet, but who knows? We'll see what happens. But I just know that, as mentioned, he's been to this con before. I tried to meet him. Again, I didn't get to because when I was trying to walk up to his table, he said, I was told by him, hey, he's taking no more guests. He's getting ready to leave for the day. So I was there on Saturday, by the way. Excuse me. So because when I tried to meet him back in 2019, at first I was told he's just gonna take a break for a little while, but then I guess he changed his mind. Hey, I'm dipping out for the day, so I feel I didn't get to on that front. I tried to do the same thing this last time, and I was told, hey, he's getting ready to leave, so no more guests. It's like son of a bitch. So I'm not mad at him. It's just, again, like a hand of bad luck. So assuming I do go this year, and he is there, he should be one of the first guests I meet this time. And whether or not I get an autograph or a picture or whatever, we'll see what happens. But just don't let this opportunity slip up next go around, So, but yeah, so that was another disappointment. Is yet again my inability to meet him. And another thing too, I know Anthony Rapp and Wilson Cruz, both which are on Star Trek Discovery. I wanted to meet them, but I had to give up my opportunity because I was pushing my mom around in a manual wheelchair, and I was going to run a little short on time. And well, I was unable to meet him. But Wilson Cruz, he was on at Farpoint Convention this year in Hunt Valley, but again, I didn't get to meet him because I wasn't there. So, but thinking of Discovery, I haven't made it past season 1 yet, so maybe I should check it out more. I mean, I have Paramount Plus, but and not that I dislike the show. I mean, like I said, I'm a big Trek fan, but yeah, still, so yeah, so but still, so that's what happened. While I did largely enjoy my experience this past year, 2022, more so than I did 2021, there was a couple of disappointments, but I guess every time you just gotta take the L. Things aren't always going to work out the way you want them to. So, yeah. So I guess that's pretty much sums up my experience. It's more successful than the year prior. So and I guess with this year, if I do go to this convention, whether it be for one day or the entire weekend, you can count on there being a video, right? Because I've tried to be consistent with that. Is whenever I do a convention, I always want to do a video on it. So yeah. So I guess with all that said, I guess that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. And I guess my next video, hopefully, or some video, somewhere down the pipeline, will be my video detailing what I did when I went to Baltimore Comic Con this last October. So which I will discuss, and will be a video. So you expect me a video out of that at some point. So I got some thoughts on that. So I guess with all that said, just rate, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.